Chad, Wednesday. We are live. Keegan back in the house. The man is back. The myth, the legend himself.
What's up, what's up?
Back in the house, Keegan.
Yo, Chrissy, can you mute your Zoom?
Let me just mute my Zoom. How's that, better? Should
Way
be.
better, thank you.
Okay, sweet. Right, guys, how's everyone doing? Week has flown by, obviously short week. Monday, public holiday. We did stream, however, as mentioned, a man of the people. I was here to support you guys. Again, thank you for everyone that's here. Leon, good morning, Leon. Right, guys, gonna jump straight into it. Wednesday, the 27th of September. And let's quickly see where we are. Good morning, Ruben. So, BOJ monetary policy meeting minutes. That was this morning at 10 to 2. And what else do we have on here? Nothing much. We just have some M3 money supply figures coming out of the Eurozone at 10. And then later this afternoon, we've got some USD news, so nothing too major. Gigs, I'm just gonna mute your thing quickly because it's picking up the guys in the kitchen there, but I'll unmute you very shortly. So nothing too hectic to look out for. Starting off on the weekly, we have already been trading through the weekly R1. And just look left with me, this is the area that I mentioned that we can potentially hit. So going into today's session, that will be a potential area for some rejection. We've had now almost, what is this, 3, 6, 9, 11 straight weeks of bullish price action, but we are bullish on the week. We cannot now try and sell into this. We gotta stick with the trend. Daily as well, bullish. Looking left on the daily, just refining my zones. Just want to show you guys here to the left. As you can see right there, that was a previous area of contention. So could we see 106.80 either today or tomorrow? So still very bullish. At one stage, we are going to need to start correcting to come lower before we can go higher. So bullish on the day, 5-minute time frame. Let's see where we are on the 5-minute, and currently testing the Asia lows already like 3-4 times. And if we are going to continue higher, we either want to see the Asia lows hold, or we want to see a clean break above Asia highs, then the retest of Asia highs. So that is the idea with DXY this morning. So Asia lows, that's a level that we need to monitor. US30, let's jump down to a weekly. Remember, weekly targets already met. When we started the week on Monday, I mentioned that these are potential areas that we can come and retest. And obviously, if we close below that area, next area of potential support is all the way down here. So already weekly targets have been met. We are bearish on the week. On the daily, what do we have on the daily? So clearly from the daily perspective, you can see that we closed below these areas. Also remember, I mentioned the 200 EMA on the daily. This is the daily time frame. I said if we get a closure below that, it is quite simple in terms of looking for continuation sells. And the reason for that is, look left with me, every time we closed below the 200 EMA on the daily time frame, the next day you continued lower for at least 2-3 days. So I will still be looking bearish on this, so not looking bullish. Maybe we get a little bit of a pullback play. We can however come back to retest this area, so we could push bullish the entire European session, come to retest this 200 EMA on the daily time frame, and then continue lower to come and break yesterday's lows. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying that I will not look for a counter trend play, but I'm just saying that is what we've got. 5-minute time frame, you'll see that I've already marked out the weekly target zones that have already been met. I'll take that out. Asia highs already trading above Asia highs. Accumulation distribution now starting to try and turn bullish, but still trading just below the 200 EMA on the accumulation distribution chart. And I would say if we can hold Asia highs, the accumulation starts trading above the 200, something like this, I will consider some type of pullback play. Quite a big down day yesterday. And also looking at the Hang Seng, let's quickly look at what the Hang Seng did overnight during Asia. That's going to be our risk gauge. Hang Seng closing up 0.38% on the session, so we could get some positive flows from Asia coming into the futures market this morning, so keep that in mind. Hang Seng closing positive by 0.38%. Asia highs, I want to monitor these Asia highs and then ultimately the daily pivot. If we can trade above the daily pivot, then we are trading above the 200 EMA on the 5-minute, and also potentially your lower time frame EMAs can start crossing above the 200. So that's something that I'll be looking out for. Otherwise, if we fail at Asia highs, I'll look for a continuation down. But considering Asia trading positive overnight, we do need to keep that into consideration as well. Nasdaq, as mentioned, this area right here, I said it's going to be a toughie to break through because this was a previous area of resistance. Massive breakout from there, tested once, now testing it again. Not saying we can't close below there on the weekly time frame, but I do need to be careful when I trade in that area. So testing that area on the weekly, daily time frame, yesterday closing bearish. And if you look left with me, let me just show you guys right here. So we closed below this area on the daily time frame. This was a previous area of support yesterday, breaking down that support. Other thing that I do need to consider as well is that we did close actually right up against that area, so that's going to make it a little bit tricky for downside continuation. As you can see there, previous area of resistance tested there as well, and now we closed bearish up against that level. So do we break through? I don't know. We'll need to see what we've got. 5-minute time frame, jumping down to the 5-minute, still clearly bearish on the accumulation distribution, trading above Asia highs. I would say let's see if we can reject the daily pivot, come back into the Asia range. If we can trade back into the Asia range, reject, go up to that level, come back, then reject Asia highs, that will also be your moving averages coming in right there, and then we can look for some shorts from that level. Otherwise we can continue a lot deeper on this move for the corrective move, and maybe we even only sell off from yesterday's Asia low. So that was yesterday's Asia low, and let's see, definitely bearish on the day. We just change that, bearish on the day, bearish on the week. US30 as well, bearish on the day. USD JPY, let's quickly jump down to USD JPY. Starting off on the weekly, quickly gonna run through the weekly time frame. So already smashing through this previous area of resistance right there. This is the weekly. Again, as mentioned, that's our first target met. And now how deep are we gonna go into this weekly wick? This was last year's yearly high. It's still marked out, so this thing can easily start pushing up into this wick fill right here. 311 pips from this breakout level. So still bullish on the week, nothing's changed from Monday. Daily candle bullish. As you can see though, that the bullish momentum is slowly but surely starting to wane, so we could get another daily push, maybe even 2 days. But as you can see from here, looking at that daily candle, look at the size of it, look at the size of that daily candle, look at the size of that daily candle. So you can clearly see that the bullish momentum is slowly but surely starting to die off. We can't short this yet because we've got no confirmations in terms of any sellers entering the market. So why would I want to sell while it's still clearly bullish? So bullish on the day. Yesterday we were bullish, the day before that. Where are we trading currently? Trading above the Asia highs, almost at the weekly R2. That is a level that I would monitor for potential shorts, just purely for the pullback. And as well, you can see the accumulation distribution is now starting to range at these levels. So definitely the accumulation is starting to die down. But again, if we hold daily pivot 149, I'm actually going to set some alerts right there, 149, and that is the level that I'll be monitoring for potential longs if we are still bullish. Other than that, nothing else for me on this. I'm not going to buy the Asia highs. I will wait for the daily pivot. That's USD JPY, pound yen up next. Weekly time frame, let's quickly run through the weekly targets. Almost met. We were bearish on the week to start off the week. Go back to Monday's stream. My area that I want to target this week is 180.67. That is the area that we can potentially reach this week, and then after that even come and fill this massive wick to the downside. So bearish on the week. Daily time frame, I am also bearish. As you can see, very nice structure break here on the daily. What was this? Monday, yeah. So Monday creating the high, Tuesday trading lower, breaking structure. We've got this wick to fill down here. And on a daily time frame, next target looking left with me would be the support area right here. So I'm bearish on the day unless I see anything otherwise on the lower time frames. And on the 5 minute, let me just delete this daily pivot reminder there. 5 minute time frame, where are we on the 5? So currently trading Asia high, still below the daily pivot. Accumulation distribution still heavily pointing down, so I'll monitor this. Trading currently above the 181 level, round number. Very interesting. I'll monitor Asia highs, guys. If we trade above Asia highs and we hold it, maybe some type of pullback play to the daily pivot. Otherwise, if we reject the daily pivot at market opening, what is that, 18 minutes, if we do some rejection there, I'll potentially look for some shorts off the daily pivot, and then I want to see us trade back into the Asia range. But still definitely bearish on the day, bearish on the week. Lower time frame showing some bullish pressure. Gold, this is where I'm going to need Keegan to come in as well. I'm just going to give my view and then I'm going to head over to Keegan's chart. But weekly time frame, apologies guys, weekly time frame, let me just get all of this text in here. I was showing you guys yesterday in the Discord the $5 grids on gold. Be sure to check out the Discord link in the description where I shared a little bit on that. Weekly time frame, I mentioned, quite tricky for me due to the fact that we did close bullish. I was expecting some type of push to the upside. We did reject the flat body weekly resistance area right there, breaking last week's low. Clearly a lot of bearish momentum coming in. And on a daily time frame, what do we have? So daily time frame closing below this area right here, closing below the 200 daily EMA. As you can see, they're previously holding that level. Now yesterday closing below it. Not saying it's impossible to push back up to retest that level, but next area we can potentially go for is 1889, very close to the weekly S2 already, so a lot of downside momentum. When do we get the pullback? I don't know, 5-minute time frame. You just get the accumulation distribution up here for you guys. All right, 80 still heavily bearish, still trading below the 200, trading below the daily pivot. 1905 daily pivot. Asia lows has not yet been retested, so potential sell opportunities from Asia lows. Also very close to the 1900 major psychological level right here, so that would be your area for potential shorts. Or if we regain it, maybe we start with the pullback, but at this stage still heavily bearish, not something that I would consider buying. But at this stage, that is my view. Asia lows, if we can find resistance here, something very similar to what we did yesterday after breaking Asia lows after market open. Just want to show you guys, so that was the fake out back into the range, and then we traded lower from there. Asia lows yesterday rejected multiple times and we died from there. So Keegs, over to you. Let me just get Keegs' screen up here for you guys so Keegs can run through his gold, and let's see what Keegs has got. Keegs, you live.
Cool. What's up, guys? So yeah, basically with gold, I do agree with Chris. I'm very bearish. So my weekly I'm bearish and the daily I'm bearish. So just over when we go to the weekly, as you guys will see, you've clearly got bearish momentum now in order flow. So you just go in those lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. That was a bit of a dirty fake out. So there, a lot of people, I think at the minute we got that closure above, because you remember, guys, if you drop down to the daily, that would have been a few daily closures above here. So a lot of people might have thought that's momentum changing, and as you can see, it was all just wicked out and came right back. So then we went down, we made another lower low, lower high, and you can see, so yesterday was actually a perfect entry. I unfortunately missed it, but yeah, it literally wicked out there in the weekly resistance and has just collapsed. So when we move over here, you'll see on the day, you guys will see again, it's the same thing. There was that retest. This is just going down. So the only thing that I think shows a little bit of hope for going longs is when you look at that daily closure, we did close above 19. Yes, we hit a low of 1899, but we did close above 19. As again, we said this, I think, in the start of 2-3 months ago. Gold was going to hold that 1900 area, which it is going to try and do again now. But the strong bearish momentum and the way the dollar is going, I don't see it holding. So this year, I do agree we can wick, and we might even find a little bit of support and then go all the way back up. But again, when you start breaking it down more and more, it just doesn't look good. Your 80 is bearish, everything's bearish, and the thing is, we had a strong bearish push here. You guys can see that there. Now, I always say I don't like it when it's a full candle, because these full candles, it can be a 50-50. It can go right back to go fill it, but because of it, there's no wick, there's no anything. This thing can reject, and the candle should just continue. But the fact we continued this type of momentum, yeah, this is what I think was a bit of a giveaway again. It could have wicked up and had that rejection, and it was all wick and came right back down. So the more you keep breaking it down, you'll see there's just that structure again. It's just doing lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So for me today, I might look for that possible lower high and go right back to that 1900 area, and this time find that as resistance and just collapse. So for me, I'm going to look to go short and target this 1889. As Chris marked out and mentioned as well, you guys can see that is the only time I think I will look going longs. Because yeah, we have this solid rejection here, so we can look for this will be the final stand for gold, and once this area gives, it is a very, very bad downfall for them. So for me, I will be looking bearish, maybe a test of Asia lows, because we are underneath that right now. So you can either go Asia lows and find support there, or just go off that psychological level of 1900 flat.
Thanks so much, Keeks. Keeks back as if he never left. Guys, back to GU. We've got, what is it, 10 minutes, 11 minutes. GU, quickly going to run through the last bit of pairs that we've got left on the chart. GU, as mentioned, closing below any type of potential support areas that we could have had, close below it. If you look left with me here on the weekly time frame, this was the major area that I was talking about at the start of the week. I was actually thinking we could potentially come back into that area, retest it, come down. However, fire sale, almost, what is this, 4 weeks of straight downward momentum on GBP USD. We are bearish. We called out the bearish momentum at the start of the week. Daily time frame, almost 5 straight days of selling, and yesterday closing below this area right here. I just want to show you guys this area here. So yesterday closing below that area. This was a previous area. If you go on the daily, you'll see that there was a lot of reaction off that level, so that is a definite point of interest. Are we going to first retest that today before going back lower, or are we going to start with some type of correction to the upside? I'm still bearish on the day. 5-minute time frame, let's quickly look at what we've got going on the 5-minute. So Asia lows already been taken, starting to trade higher, some type of bullish order flow entering into the market. Accumulation distribution still heavily bearish. If we can get some type of move above the 200, and you've got your 200 starting to curve to the upside on your accumulation distribution chart, then I will potentially look for some longs. We are trading above the half round number 12150. I think if we can hold this level, we can see some type of a deeper pullback. So this area right here, I'll be monitoring that during the open, and then if we can start clearing Asia highs, also start trading above this 200 EMA on the 5-minute, we can potentially make our way back to the daily pivot where we can start selling off again. So not necessarily too keen on selling here unless we start trading below Asia lows, but I will potentially be looking for some type of pullback play on GBP USD unless we reject Asia highs. Maybe a fake out like this would be ideal. Fake out, come back inside, break of structure, and then we can go lower. I'll actually check the sentiment on GU as well, but that is GU. USD ZAR weekly time frame, I was bearish to start off the week due to the fact that we've got this confirmed resistance. Yesterday breaking last week's high. This is a weekly time frame, so that weekly bearish bias, I don't know how convinced I am. Yesterday also closing massively bullish, basically one daily candle wiping out almost 2 weeks worth of price action. So this single candle right here, look at all of that range, basically taking it out one shot. And also if you look left with me, closing above that area. So most likely, where can we go next on the daily time frame? All the way back up to 1922. If you were planning a trip to the US, now it's not a good time. Should have planned your trip months ago. But anyway, Asia lows, that is the level that I'll be monitoring. Maybe we trade a little bit lower. Once we get back into the Asia range and we hold it, then I will be looking for a long continuation on USD ZAR. Other than that, I'm not too interested buying it off the pivot, because as you can see, accumulation distribution starting to break below the 200, but still overall bullish to the upside. So keep that in mind. Euro USD for Amos, specifically for my brother Amos. Let's quickly run through Euro USD. Weekly time frame, clearly bearish. We were calling out the bearish momentum from the start of the week. first weekly area where I can see us finding some type of bounce on the weekly time frame is this level right here, 105.40, only about 15-16 pips lower. And then on a daily perspective, where are we trading on the daily? So again, just straight selling going on all the way from July after creating that high. So just continuing down with this momentum. However, we have yet to retest this previous area of broken support, similar to what we've had here on the daily time frame. Let me just zoom in for you guys. If you look here with me, after you break a support, you get some type of pullback to come and retest the structure to then trade lower again. So we have yet to come and retest this broken support area. That is the area that I'll be targeting if we see some type of bullish order flow coming in on the lower time frames. Also, again, almost 4 or 5 days of straight selling on Euro USD. At some stage we are going to see some type of pullback. 5-minute time frame. Asia lows already taken, starting to move up to Asia highs, still below the daily pivot, still below the moving averages, accumulation distribution, all still pointing down. Could that change a little bit later? We'll see. 5 minutes left. And then German 30 for some of the guys that trade this. German 30 weekly time frame, as mentioned, bearish. Go back to Monday's stream, go back to yesterday's stream. I said clear break of structure on the weekly time frame. Support area being broken with one solid weekly candle, erasing almost 4 or 5 weeks worth of price action. Where to next? So as mentioned yesterday, first area where we can see some type of potential bounce is this level right here. You could see from that level we had some accumulation, some price action bouncing off it to the upside, and then after that, if we start breaking lower, you can come all the way down here on the daily time frame, weekly time frame. Daily time frame still clearly bearish. I do think we still have an open gap right here, if I'm not mistaken. I'll just check that on the lower time frames. But looking left with me, this is your area of contention that we are testing. So if we're going to start rejecting on this level on a lower time frame, we could go lower. 5-minute time frame, let's quickly look at where we are on the 5 minutes. So 5 minute already rejecting the daily pivot. What is our accumulation distribution telling us? Still clearly selling. As you can see, clearly bearish, nothing showing us any bullish momentum entering into the market. Already rejecting the daily pivot level. Asia highs tested, trading above it. So I would say sell area right here if we continue to reject the daily pivot. Otherwise, if you've missed the daily pivot, wait for something back inside of the Asia range and take your sells off the Asia highs right there. But at this stage, I would not be buying this unless I really see buyers stepping up to the plate, a clear move above the daily pivot, and then a retest of it. So that is the rapid analysis, guys. Now we wait. How's everyone doing? Top of the morning, gents. Congrats to the wife Keegan for taking W in Pretoria. Nothing but commitment and hard work. Yeah, congrats to Caitlin, guys. Winning a division.
I appreciate that, Les. Hopefully we can bring the good vibes and energy over to the markets.
Two minutes to the open. Keeks, you were only away for like 2 days, but it felt like you were away for a week, leaving me solo here on the streams.
Nah, it did feel like it, but it looks like you're able to hold the fort down by yourself.
No, the Oak said they want to see some strong guys on the stream. And
but you see that you made it up your brawns were with the brain there. We saw you smacking out some naughty little trades.
Edgar, Josh, Hussein, K, Fly, Calvin, Henry, Manla, Yolandi, good morning everyone. Neil van der Westhuizen, the cousin of US van der Westhuizen, also in the chat. Neil, good morning. I just want to check the sentiment quickly. Let's quickly look at what's going on in terms of positioning. So GBP USD, so traders on net long, so how much more pain can they give the guys? GBP USD daily time frame added more longs, guys are added about 12% more longs, so still clearly that's the ratio, 72% long, 27% short. So max pain, 80% of traders are long gold, so how much more pain for them? And then pound yen, weirdly enough, pound yen 30% long, 70% short. That is incredible that the retail market is on the right side. Anchorman Chris, always keeping the house in order, always. So that is very interesting, looking at the sentiment report. Looking at US30, let's quickly look at Wall Street. 62% are long, 38% short, 22% added longs yesterday. So guys are adding longs. Max pain up ahead. USD JPY, let's quickly look at that. Traders most probably net short on that. I can't see them. Yeah, so USD JPY, 80% of the retail market is short. That's why that thing will not die down up until the retail market lets go of it. Guys, a question on the competition. Will the competition be for SA? Unfortunately, yes. I am paying out of pocket for the guy to fly in and to give away that funded account. So my lots are not big enough that I trade to fly somebody out from the US or from Australia, but very soon maybe we'll do that. Very soon we could do an international competition. But at this stage I'm hoping the winner is from Port Elizabeth, so we don't have to fly him in. We can actually just Uber him in. We'll get an Uber Black. You won't be in a Datsun Go, you'll at least be in like a 3 Series BMW or maybe like a C180. Alright guys, markets are open and in motion. I don't even think we've got an Uber Black in Port Elizabeth. Like Gareth Cliff said, the armpit of South Africa, but we still love it here in PE. DXY making its way down to Asia lows, US30, massive rejection off that high. So are we going to reject Asia highs, do something like this? I'll be looking at that. But again, weekly S1, very tricky to be selling this low, but again, you saw the sentiment. Nasdaq as well, just dying down, but we'll see where we are. I'm gonna give it 15 minutes after the open. As usual, you guys know the drill. 15 minutes, wait for the 15-minute shuffle to come and go, and after that we can start looking at executions. Pound yen, I'll be monitoring pound yen above the Asia highs. I definitely want to see maybe some type of pullback on the higher time frames, but I will monitor this, see if we can break out of the Asia highs. I'm going to set some alerts actually at 181.22. Let's see if we can get a trade today. Session highs, we will be buying high and we will be selling lower. GBP USD as well, still yet to test the 2150 area. I think once we test that area and we can break above, then you will see DXY actually trading below the Asia low. So if we're going to see some type of pullback on the dollar, we would need to really flush the Asia lows. You don't want to see it sticking around here. You want to see it flush. We already took Asia highs. You want to see it flush down, see some type of rejection at the Asia lows, and then we can get that pullback. Wednesday, we've been trading down. Monday, Tuesday, are we going to get a pullback? GBP USD. Gigs, I don't know if I told you, but Javen, when we have a fines meeting again, that man came on the stream last week for the first time in a while. He gives out he gives out 2 stop losses, and then he runs. It's like, oh, sorry guys, I have a meeting. So definite fine for the market assassin.
You know, I was actually wondering about that because I saw the one day he was on and the next day he was gone.
Nah, guys, I'm gonna have to first reevaluate the assassin here in the office.
Please tell me at least it wasn't German 30.
No. So I actually banned him from doing any German 30. It was actually, he called out a nice trade on GU. That one he closed early, and then he tried to buy GJ. Got clapped, and then tried buying gold as well and got clapped. So there was actually a daily wager. I was bearish on both, and that man was order blocking. So, but all love. Like I mentioned, Jeev had a good week. Very unfortunate that he came on stream and headshotted you guys with 2 stop losses. But again, it's still your own trade. Disclaimer was already played at the start of this video, so whatever we do on here is our own doing. If I take a trade, you don't have to necessarily follow me. If it follows your plans and your rules and your guidelines, then by all means go for it. But other than that, don't be a zombie, don't be a robot. Do your own analysis. If your analysis matches up with mine, then it's all good in the hood. P is nice. I like P, considering a move to P from Cape Town. Yeah, I love it. And Port Elizabeth, wouldn't want to be any other place. Guys, again, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for all the support you've given us. Thank you for all the positive feedback. Discord link in the description. Feel free to join. Over 100 members already. I think we're 2 weeks strong, 104 members. I'm going to be shooting some additional educational content today, and that backtesting session, I will still announce that. I just want to plan around how we're going to do it. Most probably going to be quite a long session, maybe like 2 hours, for you guys to join. So be sure to check that out, backtesting session. And yeah, at this stage we are just waiting to see what we do on price.
Just off that, talking about the backtesting, what is like majority of the guys that watch us and that, what is their like strategy when you guys are trading? Is it SMC, is it ICT? Are you guys just using the pivots? Like, what are majority of you guys like leaning towards?
Yeah, guys, Q&A. What strategy do you guys trade? Let me know. RCT, order blocks, breakout strategy. Let me know.
I feel like I'm just gonna start trading trend lines again.
Trend lines. Very powerful tool to lose money. Very, very powerful.
Guys, don't be shy. We don't bite. We're not gonna judge.
I think for the most part, everyone that's in the Discords now slowly but surely moving over to pivots. Everyone thought, what are these pivots? They are a scam, up until they realized the market just trades between horizontal levels.
You see, at this point in time, they don't know low key. Chris is one of the founders and owners of pivots, so that's why he promotes it the whole time, because for every single one of you that use pivots, he makes 10 cents.
I'm creating the market, guys. The LPs asked me to create some liquidity for them, and that's why I introduced the pivots, because that is where the liquidity is resting in the markets. And guys, please, I know some this is the weirdest marketing strategy I've heard, where guys say, I don't want to put out my strategy, because if too much people know about it, then the strategy is going to stop working. Like, your retail trading community has got so much liquidity that they now going to move the market. So that is the biggest bullshit. If somebody ever says that they don't want this strategy to be leaked, or they don't want a lot of people trading it because then it's going to stop working, absolutely run away. Market maker method, TC, how's the market maker method going? Are you trading the market maker method of Steve Mauro, or what market maker method are you trading? Hello, hope you guys are well. Do we know when the next seminar at the Vault office will be? Mondre, we wanted to have it this Friday, but the week is too short. We couldn't get content out on it. We'll actually have it next week, Friday. This week is just way too short, already Wednesday. Market maker method, is it still valid? I don't know, dude. You trading it, you should tell me. I don't do the market maker method. I am the market maker. No, I'm kidding. I started using pivots recently. I used to use order blocks, but I didn't find as much success. I'm still collecting data and backtesting the pivots. Nice. I'm more traditional support and resistance, breakout and retest, then hammer. I tried SMC, but I saw flames. Nothing wrong with support and resistance. Steve Mauro, TC, trauma. If it's working for you, great. But Steve Mauro, absolute trauma. Most probably the most difficult trading strategy with so much discretion in it. And I honestly don't know if it still works, to be honest. But TCA, you trading it, let us know. How is the market maker method treating you? No hate on it. There's just a lot of moving parts to that strategy. There is a lot of moving parts. If you ever want to get somebody confused and get them to stop trading, tell them to go and do Steve Mauro's beat the market maker course. It's not beat the market maker, it's beat the shit out of a trader trying to understand that course.
You know what that just makes me think of, is that Instagram video of all RCT traders.
Oh.
Where they draw their little patterns, easy, and it just breaks through the whole time.
TC, but in all honesty, dude, how is the market maker method handling you? Are you doing well with it? Do you have all of those indicators on your MT4, the mayo, the mustard, the blue wave, whatever the flip it is called, but
yeah, I always wonder where these guys come up with these names for these things though.
No, it's Steve Mauro. Trauma Deluxe.
I'm just waiting for the day these guys are going to start naming like the Black Panther strategy, or like the Hulk. What's that? What's that thing Jim told us that time? The something breaker.
Oh, that weird thing that he looks at. That.
Yeah. These guys are going to start having flipping Marvel superhero names for their bloody strategies.
Alright guys, shuffle, come and gone. Let's see where we are. GBP USD trading lower, DXY still hovering inside Asia mid-range. Nothing as of yet. US30 holding Asia highs, interesting. Also trading above the 200 EMA accumulation distribution, starting to try and move bullish. Where do we go from here? As mentioned, Hang Seng closing positive in the green, JSE up about 0.1% on the day, Hang Seng 0.5. So can we see some bullish momentum coming in? Also German 30 trying to trade above the Asia range. I would say German 30, if you are looking for longs, wait for the pivot to break. Wait for something to break here and hold. Don't be hasty. This thing can still die. This thing can still take your money. Don't try and be a hero. Wait for the break of the daily pivot. Wait for it to hold. Bound, yeah, not yet taking Asia lows, but taking Asia highs, making it a little bit tricky for me. I'm going to wait for breaks of structure above here. Unless we do something like this, where we break Asia lows and we come back inside of it and we hold Asia lows. That is the only way that I will consider buys on it. AD is starting to show some bullish momentum, so I am looking for buys on it, but I'm just saying, after taking Asia highs already, I'm not gonna buy it without it taking Asia lows, because they already took the buy side liquidity, faked out the buyers trying to buy the breakout. Now next up, it needs to fake out the buyers that are going to try and buy low right here. So let's monitor that. I'm going to set alerts 180, 90, and we will We will see what we've got there on the Asia lows. Alright, TC not giving us feedback on Steve Mauro, so I'm guessing he's doing very well with it. Steve Mauro, BTMM. Guys, UJ, I'll be looking short if we can trade below the daily pivot, so I'm just letting you guys know, because then we'll technically be trading below the round number. And the 80 is also starting to show it dying down, so you can see we're not making newer highs on the 80, even though we've made higher highs on price. The 80 is slowly but surely waning down, so daily pivot, I'll be looking for shorts right there, so keep that in mind. Just letting you guys know. And then pound yen above Asia highs. That is where we will get our gunpowder wet. Okay, no, fair enough, TC. If you're testing out strategies, I don't know, the Steve Mauro thing was just way too complex. There's just way too much subjectivity in it for me. It is not mechanical enough, so a lot of times something you did the 1 week you wouldn't necessarily do the next week, or you think it is a M2 or M1 or whatever the hell it is. Like, I think this is now like the M1. This was the consolidation, the manipulation, and now you're selling. Yes, I don't know. Anyways, I think I watched like 3 of his boot camps, 3 5-day boot camps, and after that I wanted to stop trading. I was literally crying in a little bundle, and I was like, can trading be so hard? It shouldn't be this hard.
Oh yeah, Chris, you know we were talking about yesterday about the old Alex G.
Yeah.
Do you see he took a loss?
What size loss did he take?
50k.
Euro Aussie, I know he was in a Euro Aussie. I'm a little bit dyslexic as well, guys, as you can see there. Euro Aussie, I've got it on the watch list. Let's quickly have a look at it. But dude, that thing was up like 60 pips and then he took a loss on it.
Sometimes that certificate works, and sometimes it's your worst nightmare.
You know what the weird thing is? He was selling off the weekly, the 4-hour pivot. Go check his levels. I was checking it yesterday. He was selling off the 4-hour pivot. That was his sell zone right there.
Oh, hectic. Okay.
Go check. He sold here. That's his first position was here. That was his first position after. So he's got a key level here somewhere. We've got the pivot. And I think he re-entered here somewhere. The odd went 40 pips in, and then he re-entered here and then got clapped.
But you know, that's my thing. Like, we talk about managing a trade. Like, I don't mind setting and forgetting, but then my stop losses are break even. So if it comes back up, like you okay. Wait, that man doesn't move the stop loss, eh? He leaves it.
Yeah, I don't know how it does that. To true Chris, it's just too information. I agree with you. Yeah, it's a lot. What's your favorite plan to manage risk? I mean, like manage lose before stop loss and management after TP. Radio check. Can you hear me? Radio check. All right. I'm just fucking with you. Radio check. My favorite way to manage risk is I do try and minimize my stop, my loss. So in the case of loud and clear, I love that positive energy from Radio Check. Now I do manage my risk before I hit full stop loss. For instance, last week I traded, I took 2 losses of 5 pips each, where my original stop was 20 pips. So for instance, how I love to manage risk is, let's say for instance I'm taking a short here and I see that price is just bouncing off this level and not getting a move on, and then on the lower time frames, let's say I'm short here and I then see a 5-minute structure break back above that level, then I'll kill the trade. I wouldn't take a full stop, because then it's obviously showing me that there's some type of reversal happening. In terms of managing my trade, it's very simple. It's in my trading plan in the description of this video. Join the Discord, you'll see it under the educational section. Session highs, session lows, Asia high, Asia low. Those are levels of interest for me. That is where the market can potentially find an injection of volume. For instance, let's say I took a long year. The 2 areas that I will then monitor is the session high, which is that there, and then the Asia high. Because at these levels, only 2 things can happen. Volume is going to come in to break price through it, or sellers are going to start entering and buyers are going to get out of their positions and we're going to reject. That's how double tops and double bottoms get formed. It is basically a retest of the session highs or the daily highs or whatever it is. Well, Silk, morning. Hope you are well. Radio check, I hope that answers your question. Let me know. But if you join the streams, you will see how we manage trades, how we enter trades, and how we exit trades. All done for free, Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 11. And just a big thank you to our broker partner, Vault Markets, for giving us the opportunity to trade live with you guys, also supporting us in terms of getting the channel out there. And also thank you so much to each and everyone joining every day. You are the guys putting in the work. Give yourself a pat on the back. As mentioned yesterday, if you want to make it in trading, if you want to go full time, you need to have a plan. You need to be focused. You need to stop with all of the sideshows, the feeling sorry for yourself and I've lost so much, I've lost that. Get focused, start grinding, get back to the basics. You don't need more knowledge, you don't need more trading strategies. What you need is yourself to be focused and applied to one strategy and becoming obsessed with that and refining it. A lot of you are still strategy hopping and still doing courses and buying this and that, where in actual fact you just need to knuckle down and get your shit together and start executing on your plan. I can promise you, you will never be profitable strategy hopping. So do your strategy hopping, find what works and stick with it. The problem is you guys have, and not when I say you guys, I'm talking to myself. Don't get offended. The problem with strategy hopping is you'll never find consistency because you're always chasing the next idea, the next guy on Instagram, the next 50R trade and you never get it. 3-5 years goes by and you're still the same trader, you're still trading 0.1 lots, and you still can't trade. So somebody needed to hear that, and if you got offended, then I was actually talking to you. Chris, Geeks, do you guys use the same points of interest? I'm on leave from work, so I'm busy on the chat today. Good to have you, Calvin, Henry. A lot of times we do. Keegan has got his own set of rules. Keegan trades key levels, but for the most part they are usually at the same level. Not trading exactly the same strategy. Keegan is his own trader with his own strat, so
Yeah, like we don't trade the same, but like Chris and I have said a few times, like I would set up my trade and have like my entry point, and then I'll go over to Chris and he's got some Asia high or pivot or support or resistance, and we basically at the same place. So yeah, it's different approaches, but we are looking at it in a very similar area.
interesting idea to know how you manage risk based on low time frames. Thank you, Chris. It's a pleasure, my friend. Again, it comes with some type of experience as well. It's not something I can say X, Y, Z, but it's all about just monitoring the levels, trading level to level, see where price is going. Alright guys, as mentioned, indices starting to move up here and we are up 0.2 on the day. I am very interested in taking some longs here on US30.
Ooh, little daily wager, yeah.
You want to short it here?
I'm shorting.
Are you shorting? Yeah. I was a little slow there. Let's see if we can get a pullback.
Basically, if I can look at your area, I actually had a little bit higher, so like the 33,770.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, a little tricky. I'll see. I'm gonna wait for this level right here, guys. I'll wait for the pivot. I'm not gonna try and preempt it. I wanted to actually take a little bit of a long year on this little pullback there, but I'm gonna wait for the pivot. Let me be disciplined. 80 starting to make its move up, so I do think if we can break above the daily pivot, I'm definitely gonna look for some longs here.
Gotta play catch up, yeah.
33,750 daily pivot, and then also I think we're gonna get a trade definitely today, guys. 100% we are gonna get a trade. I'm monitoring pound yen. I'm just letting you guys know this round number area holding, so I would actually love it a little bit deeper, and then if we can get a break of structure above there. So yesterday when I said I love it a little bit deeper, Sahil in the chat said that's what she said. I didn't say that, guys. If there's any females on the stream, I do apologize. I think our viewer count is only 1% females. If you are a female in the chat, please let me know. It would be good to get some gender equality in the chat as well. Otherwise it becomes awkward. Over 32 men looking at 2 other men looking at a thing that looks like Tetris. How do I tell my kids this is what I do for a living? I look at these little blocks and we've basically spent years trying to master what these blocks tell us. If you refine it down to like the lowest level of what we are doing, we're literally looking at blocks, Keegan. Have you ever thought about that?
You see, this is for the kids that are growing up and they play that little like shapes game. and they were good. They could get the right shapes in the right, like a very quick time. I'm pretty sure those kids would have turned out to be very good traders.
Abigail Bronwyn, I apologize for that comment earlier. We do have a female in the chat. I'm actually gonna mod Abigail just so we can get some gender equality in here. So Abigail Bronwyn officially now moderating the chat. Gotta get some of that feminine power in here as well. Big up to the ladies that are trying to make their way in trading in this purely male dominant industry. So Bronwyn just sent a message there. I just want to see if you are modded. So feel free to ban, feel free to time out any one of these other egotistical guys in the chat. I'm kidding, don't ban.
Stupid question. Can they time us out?
No.
That would be quite funny.
No, luckily not. Bronwyn, just type there in the chat. I just want to see that you are modded. Because there's a little emoji button here and I can't click on your name. Alright guys, Bronwyn officially one of the new moderators. So be careful at what you say. TC there is showing some flower power as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bronwyn, as always, with great power comes great responsibility. And I have to be honest, our chat has been relatively positive, relatively clean. I don't think we've had any issues with negative comments or negative vibes. But how can it be negative? We trading here free every morning, 8:30 till 11. We're not selling you anything. We're just providing as much value as we can for free. And it is honestly my heart to see you guys succeed. As I've mentioned before, I'm not doing this with self-interest in mind. I am honestly doing this to give back, and Keegan as well. Everything we're doing is to give back to you guys, to give back to the community, and there's no hidden agenda. There's absolutely no hidden agenda as well. Like I've mentioned, our partner is Vault Markets. I'll never push you to use a broker, say use this, that. Make your own decision. That's just the broker that we use, and that's the broker we've partnered with. But there's no push marketing where I'm telling you use this, use that. If we provide the value, you would use the service, and that is as easy as that. More value you provide, the less you have to market. Always keep that in mind when you do your own business, or you've got your own business. If you are providing so much value, when the time comes to actually use your product or buy something from you, it is a no-brainer. But you're either going to spend years trying to market your product, or you can spend a short amount of time providing as much value as you can, and your users become your best marketing tool, your best marketing asset, because you provide the value. So why do you need to market if you are providing value? I'm very keen for these GJ longs, but I'm gonna have to wait for a break here. I am gonna have to wait for that break. GU as well, Asia highs. I'm monitoring this 50 level. We've taken lows, we've taken the highs as well. any structure break here, I'm willing to go for it. I'm just letting you guys know now already. We've got
Chris just adding, I am looking to go short on Euro USD.
all right. Are you already short or are you going short?
No, not yet. I've set a limit, so it's basically set confirmation. So if it can just come back a little bit, tap me in, then I will let you know.
Where's your limit so I can show the guys?
05722.
Right, guys. Keegan, hopefully he's not doing the same as Javon. What's your stop? 15 pips? 10 pips?
7 pips, so 05789.
7 pips. Sell limit here for Keegan. Most probably targeting the S1 first target down there. 2.6% sell limit here. Keegan back on the decks. Can Keegan provide you guys with a beautiful trade here? Let's give it up for Keegan, calling out Euro USD. No pressure. I can see he's as cool as a cucumber just looking over here. His foot's not even tapping. Usually that's the first sign of stress entering the body, is when that foot starts tapping. Let's see Euro USD. I'm gonna actually set some alerts here so we know when you guys.
Gotta be ice cold.
No feelings when you enter the market. KVD. Let's go. Best of luck, guys. May the volume be in your favor. May you be blessed with many pips. Mashape already giving you some positive peaches there in the chat. Beautiful. Ron also coming with a lot of peaches. Guys are hungry for a trade. I see you guys in the chat just waiting to click that button. You want to get that dopamine hit. Good or bad, you want to get hit by that dopamine. But that is what we all chasing here after all as well. Everyone thinks we're trading for the money. We're actually trading for those dopamine hits, Keegan?
Yo, that's like the real shit right there. People don't understand it. Unless you're a trader, the minute you press that, oof, next level.
I think the beauty of trading for me is that not knowing, like once you enter a trade, it's like it's unknown. Like you can do your analysis and you can do everything, but there's no better feeling than doing your analysis, executing and seeing the plan play out. Oh shit, guys, Laz in the chat selling Asia highs. Lazarus selling Asia highs. I'm looking to buy Asia highs. This man is selling, so I'll actually change my buys. I'll also be selling now. Targeting 2140. Yeah, beautiful, Laz. I honestly feel like if we're gonna break Asia lows and we stay below it, Laz, this thing can literally do damage. This thing can literally do a lot of damage, so I would say monitor this level, don't get out too early, see if we can break below. You can even potentially add positions here if we reject off that level, and then you can move your stops in between the middle of those two positions, and then you've averaged in with a nice chunky size. And then obviously S1 once we break through there. Are we gonna see the pullbacks on the indices? I'm keen for it. I'm waiting for it. Could get clapped either way. I'm just gonna follow the plan. 14,635. We're not leaving here up until we take a trade. For the guys that joined in late, Euro USD sell limits here. Nice little rejection of Asia highs. Let's see if we can get a pullback chart posted in Discord. Check the Discord. Laz sharing some trades right there. Laz, what's happening on your charts? I see fair value gaps. I see Lux algo sessions. I see break of structure, change of character. Are you trading some ICT mixed with the pivots? Nothing wrong with it, I'm just asking.
The man's taking away some lessons from the seminar last week.
The man is absolutely killing it. Richard Lowry in the chat, the one and only Poloni from Benoni. Laz, do me a favor, just some positive criticism. When you post a chart set up like that, just post the focus area. For instance, post this area like the main area, like it's very zoomed out, like you posting a chart, something like this, and you're leaving a lot of real estate open. So I love the way that you send it. Just zoom it in nice, so you can see, for instance, your areas that you're monitoring, where you're trading. But other than that, it looks good. See a fair value. I don't know. Is it the 1 minute? I think it's the 1 minute fair value gap there. Last shorted that, break of structure there, fair value gap, and then there was another fair value gap here. Beautiful. As I would say, monitor Asia lows. This thing can really start flying to the downside if we break Asia lows. EU not wanting to give us that small pullback to pop our sell limit. Patience.
Yeah, so what I like to do, guys, just for reference, with these trades, so obviously I risk like 1% per the trade. When the trade would normally hit my TP1, which is 1%, I'll take out the limit. Then I take out the limit. So then for me, it's just that idea of we've lost the trade that's gone without us, and I will close. Because the thing is, if it would have to pull back from that area, it can be a complete change of motion, which they can continue bullish. So that's just what I like to do. So I'll monitor it now, but if this thing hits TP1, then I will delete the limit.
Guys, I'm just gonna run to the toilet quickly. Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 11, sometimes even 12 o'clock, up until we get a trade. Thank you so much for joining. Check our Instagram links in the bio. Chris_MarketBull, Keegan van Dijk, the strong man, from Port Elizabeth, and then Discord link in the description as well. Hopefully I can get Mo to finish the graphic for the giveaway so we can post that either today or tomorrow, and hopefully one of you guys will be flying out to the office here, spend the day with us, see what it's about, maybe even have you on stream depending on what time you come in, and we will do a nice vlog with you as well. We'll get a Uber Go, the Datsun, just to keep you humble. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time studying ICT and S&D just to have a better understanding on liquidity, as that is something I've never really understood. Very nice. And Laz as well, I want to get onto the opening bell as a guest as well. Laz, let me know. Kate, Keith, just ask Kate there to see what dates are available to get Laz on as well. Please send it to Laz. I want to get Laz on. Laz is not a full-time trader. He's a business owner. He's a coach, but Laz has gone through the ropes as well with trading, and he's still going through his development as a trader and still continuously putting in the work and effort. So Laz, if you would, I would love to have you on the stream as well as an official guest, just as somebody that is also hustling on the side with trading, doing his business as usual, and also a lot of the psychology things that you have gone through as well.
So, just a quick one, just so we can really find out. What does the 20th of October sound like?
Last 20th of October. 20th.
We're already fully booked for some other VIPs.
20th of October, we're gonna get Lazarus in. 20th, Laz, let us know. Also going to talk a little bit about mental health. Some of you don't know, I also struggle with anxiety. Laz has been struggling with it as well, even a little bit of depression. I think most of us have gone through some stuff. Maybe talk a little bit about that as well. That's something guys don't really talk about. I'm open to talk about it. It is real. Mental health is a real thing. And thoughts on prop firms, Mr. Chris and Keegan. AB Party. I think prop firms it's a very good business model. I do think prop firms should stop trying to push this narrative of that the losers don't pay the winners. It's simple. That is the thing with prop firms. Why do you want to try and act like that is not the case? Prop firms, the prop firm model is that the losers, as simple as that. There's nothing wrong with the business model. Guys saying it's a scam, it's not a scam. It's a scam when the prop firm is trying to fuck you over with the trading conditions, but ultimately exactly the same as the markets, the losers pay the winners. There's nothing wrong with how the prop firm business runs. I do have an issue with prop firms if you are starting to try and hamper the traders or trying to hamper your winning traders by making the conditions shit, slippage, all of that stuff. And even the losers, like trading is already hard enough. Why do you need to add like additional hoops to jump through? But I do feel prop firms, it is a good business model. I do feel there's a lack of transparency though, but ultimately prop firms are here to stay. It's a good business model. AB, so I've said it before, the prop firm that I am a part of, that I helped launch, is launching on the 1st of October. It will be the first fully regulated prop firm in South Africa, and I think globally as well. I'm letting you guys know, 1st of October. You guys heard it here first. I'm not going to say the name. Not Rocket. What Rocket?
Alright guys, just to add to that, I am also a funded trader, so I do live accounts. That's like my main thing. I prefer it over like personal funded accounts, and that's something Chris and I spoke about. That's like my bread and butter. That's what I love to do, flip these accounts, blow these challenges out the water. So yeah, when this prop firm launches on the 1st, I will be doing an account, and every single trade I take in that challenge I will be posting for you guys, so you guys can literally take these trades with me as I pass these challenges for you guys.
All I'm saying is check the socials. 1st of October, first fully regulated prop firm using Vault Markets as the back end for the trading platform. Appreciate the transparency. So, funding company launching 1st of October. The marketing team is most probably going to wreck me after this, letting you guys know, but 1st of October, you guys heard it here first. Rand accounts and USD accounts, also the best pricing in the industry, also the best trading environment in the industry. What other CEO of a prop firm will sit live with you every morning answering your questions, open himself up to positive, negative questions? That's what it will be. You guys can chat to me every morning.
We do it best.
So much value that we provide. 1st of October, Sunday, we're going live. I will also be doing account giveaways every week, Monday to Friday. I'm not going to say which days, but we are going to give away accounts every week.
So you gotta be here guys if you don't want to miss it.
Ja, and those will be live. Ek gaan definitief account kry 10 Oktober. Nice Volmar. No limits on trading days, no limits on holding trades over the weekend, holding trades overnight. The best trading conditions by far, and I'm saying that because I tested the platform myself. I was involved with the tech as well. Really the best execution. And again, as I mentioned, why do we want to make it difficult for traders? Very transparent as well. The losers pay the winners. That is unfortunately always how life works. Like, you don't have to hide from the fact that the losers pay the winners. Again, I don't know why prop firms are trying to shy away from that. That is exactly how the market works as well. 95% lose, 5% win. The winners pay the losers. So, thoughts on CFD versus other normal brokers? AB, sorry man, that question has got absolutely no context. Thoughts on CFD versus... So CFD is actually a type of instrument. It's a derivative, contracts for difference. Most retail brokers have got CFD. That's how your pricing works. If you go on an instrument and you go to the properties of that instrument, maybe you just didn't word it correctly, you will see that somewhere in here it will actually say the type that it is CFD. Let me just check here. It's not showing here. Calculation. Actually, that should be CFD, but it's showing Forex. But CFD is just a type of instrument. Right, guys. Indices starting to push higher. Nasdaq above the daily pivot. Nasdaq, obviously the stronger one on the day. I'm going to monitor these daily pivot levels for longs as mentioned. You either take liquidity or be the liquidity. Correct, Edgar. That is absolutely correct. And if you don't know how to spot the liquidity, you are the liquidity. Alright guys, I actually wanted to go pee quick. I'll be back in a minute. We'll maybe talk a bit more about the prop firm. Maybe even drop a little discount code here for you guys. CFD brokers like Vault Markets move faster with smaller lot size compared to other brokers whose price per contract is cheaper and the contract size smaller, meaning Vault moves faster, contract size is big. Wrong, AB, it's not moving faster, it's just that there's more volume. So obviously more volume equals higher risk to reward, so higher price movement. So it's just the increase in volume is making it look like it's moving faster, but it's not moving faster. It's just the contract size. But I'll see you guys now, Monday to Friday, 8:30. Follow us on Instagram. Leave a like. I see we only have 19 likes. We've got almost 40 people on here. Can I please ask for some more likes? And then when I get back, we will take a trade. Otherwise, if we can't get the likes up, I can't be sharing my trades. But I'll see you guys now.
Yeah guys, just looking at this now, I think that is already TP1. Yeah, that is TP1 guys, so I'm going to be deleting that order on Euro USD. You guys can still hold it if you want, but I'm not going to. I would rather keep that bullet for another trade. Unfortunately, that one just got away from us, but I'll rather keep it and use it somewhere else. Sometimes no trade is better than taking a loss, guys. Just remember that.
Yeah, I can't pee. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait.
Yeah, literally guys, Euro USD there is just melting now, so yeah, I am out of that sell limit, guys.
Yeah, sell limit deleted. Keegan not gonna wait for that to pull back. Most probably missed. Laz, please monitor Asia lows. Don't cut the trade short too early. Stay with me, Laz. Let's get that
USD is at the pivot now, so let's see what happens, guys.
Alright, plan for US30. I'm just letting you guys know now already. I'm not gonna buy this breakout. We haven't retested that level. I would love if we find resistance here. If we can pull back, find resistance at the pivot, and then we break it, then I will be looking for long. So just letting you guys know, get your charts ready. Yesterday you guys were fumbling the bag, still looking for your phone here and there, and I called the pound yen trade. You guys almost fell off your chair, spilled some coffee, and we were already in profit. So just be ready. USD JPY as mentioned as well. I'm looking for sells below this daily pivot level. And then DXY, still a tricky one. 5-minute time frame, EMA on the 200 still holding. I would love for this to do something like this, and then we'll also see the indices starting to really catch some momentum. So that is the idea right there. Do we take this first break of the pivot? No top wick, a lot of bearish momentum. Let's see. I actually have to pee flip. Alright guys, if we can close below this level, I'm gonna go short on this. I'm gonna give it a squeeze. If not, if we can't close below it, I'll wait for a structure to form here. maybe another bullish candle, and then a nice break. So I'm just letting you guys know what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, Chris, I think you can go PA.
Can I?
Yeah.
But now we've got 2 minutes for this candle. Is there anywhere I can see your trading journal wins and losses? Thanks. Hello, is there somewhere I can see your trading journal wins? Fian Fasagi, my trading journal is all of the trades posted live, so be sure to go and check it out. It is honestly, I don't know what value it's going to bring you if I show you we've had 14 wins and 2 losses. All of the trades are, not all of the trades, all of the live streams are saved. You can go back every single day. You can go and watch it. Also go check the Discord link in the description. Feel free to join there as well. We share all of the setups there off stream. But in terms of my trading journal, I don't know what value that's going to bring. 48 seconds. Guys, do you want to... I don't know. Keegan, what do you think? Should we do like a wins loss column? All the other streamers are doing it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, we've gone through it before. I don't think there's any value in it. If you want to, you can work out the maths yourself. You can go to our Discord and look at all the setups we've shared and go see what played out, what didn't. But also, yeah, I don't really see value in doing it.
Yeah, the streams are all saved live, guys, so there's no bullshitting. We don't delete streams if we took a loss. Last week we took 2 losses on stream of 5 pips each. No shame in it. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Again, as I've mentioned, if I'm trying to sell you anything, then it is important to show the metrics, but ask the guys that have been joining it every day. Okay guys, I'm gonna quickly enter a short here and then run off. What did I short? Did I short the wrong thing? I shorted the right thing. I shorted on the pivot USD JPY 20 pips stop. Let me just set my stops quickly. I entered shorts USD JPY right there, 20 pip stop, and I will be targeting the S1. So my target's going to be the S1 down here. Only a 1-to-1, weirdly enough, but let's see. Maybe we start to get some volume, but I am short in this market. Just before I run off to the bathroom. 20 pip stop, 20 pip target, so a little 1-to-1. I will see you guys now. Just keep up the market while I'm gone.
Okay guys, we're not gonna tell Chris. We don't wanna hurt his feelings. But I'm gonna log on you, Jay. So we're gonna see what happens here, guys.
Guys,
Okay,
Keegan
guys,
is
it's
doing me
out.
dirty.
He knows
Um,
what I did.
Keegan is buying off the daily pivot. I'm selling it. Let's see. Right, where are we with the rest?
So guys, it's all fun and jokes, but again, it's it's not like I'm fading Chris on purpose. It's just this is one of those moments our strategies are showing opposite things. So
I hope you
it's a
shared. I
perfect
hope you
buy for me.
shared. I hope you shared the trade with the guys.
I did when you left. I said to them, I was like, I'm entering long.
Ooh. All right, so we've got a long and a short. Who are you backing on this one? At least one of us will walk away a winner here today. Again, US30, I'm monitoring this area for potential resistance. I just want to see some structure before I get long on that. Nasdaq already breaking out above the daily pivot. USD JPY, we'll need to get back below break structure lower, or I will most probably take a knock on this, but I still believe in this trade. Pound yen, remember I said I'm looking at longs above this level right there. Gold still in an ugly little range. GBP USD as well. I'll be looking for longs if we can get above the Asia highs, due to the fact that we are starting to show some bullish momentum on the 80. So just letting you guys know what I'm looking at. Only way that I will consider cutting this trade short is if we can't break below the daily pivot. Let's say we do something like this. We almost like double bottom and we break structure higher. We break that lower high right there. If we do something like this, I'll cut this short. What is this? 6 pips. So instead of a 20 pip stop, I will take a 6 pip. So for Radio Shack or Radio Check, that was in the chat asking how do we manage trades. So you will see now how I manage risk on this trade. So pound USD, just gonna set some alerts to 156. Could we get some Bank of Japan intervention this morning? Round number right here. If we're holding this round number, my position is in trouble. But could we get a nice little Bank of Japan tweet, maybe even Suzuki putting out a tweet on let's see what news, any mention of. Alright, nothing on Bank of Japan. Just a tweet yesterday. Alright guys, for our position to play out, we need to stay below the 149 level. If not, the buys are gonna start looking good. But again, I'm looking for lower prices on this. I'll even maybe cut short if we do something like this now. Let's say this closes weak bearish and we get a break like that. I will be cutting the trade short because we need it to continue lower. And then what I'll still do is if we continue back up and we break again, I will still be looking for sells on this, due to the fact that the accumulation distribution is starting to make lower lows right here. And also, as I've mentioned, we've gone into this little bit of a range right here, so definitely some slowing of the bullish momentum, but also nothing suggesting that we can't go higher. We can still indeed go a lot higher on that. Alright, US30, perfect. If we can create some resistance, get a nice pullback to here, anywhere in that zone, and then get a break of structure to the upside, I will be looking long on this. Nasdaq making its way back for that retest.
Oh, Chrissy, you in trouble.
Wow, what's happening?
We closed above 149.
No, but check, here's the other thing. See how on, if you go on a 1 minute, you'll still see that we've, okay, the 1 minute's actually showing us that we failed to continue lower. So from that high, I'm still gonna hold it. My thing is on the 5 minute, if we get a bullish closure above here, I have to give the trade a chance. So that bullish candle rejected there. This is a weak bullish candle, still closing below that level. So like I mentioned, if we break above this level, I will cut the trade, but if not, I'm still gonna give it a go. Only about 0.2% in the red. Maybe it doesn't even give me a chance. Maybe it shoots up. But let's see what's DXY doing. DXY ranging here off the 200 EMA. Pound yen back at that round number as well. So let's see. $181.
I must say GJ is looking like a nice sell though.
GU, what's GU doing? Rejecting Asia highs again. Let's see. German 30. Alright guys, keep US30 on the watch list as well. As mentioned, we've got some bullish order flow going on here. I just want to see a nice little pullback to this level. I'm going to take a squeeze on it once we break structure to the upside. Something like that. I will be looking. Where is the Bank of Japan tweets when you need them? Can't we just get a Bank of Japan tweet right about now? I'll feel very comfortable if we can get a 5 minute breaking, something like that. Then I will feel comfortable. Up until then, this position is not looking too good as it stands. Broke below the pivot, closed bullish above it, tested it once, testing the round number here again. So just saying, if you took the trade with me, feel free to close it out now. Go long with Keegan. It's only down 2.4 pips. So this is my cutoff line. Like I mentioned, if we get any breaks above here, then I'll close it out. Can we also have a look at AUD? Let me just see. Look at AU. Are you referring to Aussie dollar, US dollar, Hardus? How long have you guys been full-time traders? Fian, I've been trading full-time for 2 months now. Keegan's been trading full-time for 2 weeks. Is it 2 months that I've been trading full-time? I think it is 2 months. Yeah, I went full-time when I started the stream. That's when I went full-time. Aussie dollar, US dollar. Let's quickly look at Aussie dollar, US dollar here for Hardus. Hardus, looking on the weekly time frame, let's quickly look at where we are. So weekly, clearly in a range, some type of range right here, so making that very tricky, but we can see that the overall momentum is bearish currently, because from this swing low right here, we broke that swing low. Why do I say that's a swing low? Because that swing low took out this lower high right there, and then we failed from there. So from the yearly pivot, double top rejection there. Currently breaking last week's low, so could get a bearish push again. So this could be the base and then the expansion lower. So weekly time frame, I'll be leaning neutral. Daily time frame as well.
Sorry, Chris, to interrupt. Guys, if you took longs with me, stop loss to break even.
Oh shit, we're closing above there, but I'll check that now. Then daily time frame, we broke below that structure. We're already at the daily level down here. So let me just show you guys. That is the daily level that you could see as potential support. So I would say very clean sells Hardus if this daily candle can close below that level right there. But at the start of the day, I would have been bearish due to the fact that we've broken the short-term support on the daily time frame. And then looking on the 5 minute, let's see what we've got on the 5 minutes. So Hardus, I would say trading very close to Asia lows. We're ranging here. Accumulation distribution still heavily bearish, but we are starting to try and make our way higher here. So just keep that in mind. If we get a break above here, potential longs, we've already tested that daily support level. So you could get a potential pullback back to the daily pivot here close to Asia highs. So very interesting price action here. Failed breakout to the downside. I would say any breaks above there, you could get a move to the upside. But let me get back to that trade. Keegan smiling from ear to ear as he is now risk free. I don't know where you guys took it, how many pips you are in profit. 3-4 pips. Going back above 2 minutes 22. Will I close out this trade? Let's see. We've got 2 minutes. Can we reject that level? I don't know. Thank you, Chris.
Okay, guys, but again, as you mentioned earlier with that EU, like I said, close out, don't try force things. The markets are always there. You'll try catch another one, and as you saw, we just caught one now on UJ. So again, guys, don't always try force things on the trades. It will just come naturally.
Alright guys, can we reject that area? I'm still holding. As I've mentioned, this is my cutoff line there. Any bullish closures above there and I will close out. But if we can reject that area, I'm still gonna let it fly. But let's see. 1 minute 20 seconds. we need to get back below the 149 level and then get back below the daily pivot. Fian Fasahi. Fian, no offense, but the questions that you're asking actually has no bearing on your trading. That is why I'm giving you such cuck answers, because me trading however long full time, then asking for a trade journal. So I hope I didn't offend you, but so I've been trading full time for over 8 years. Sahil, goeiemôre, goeiemôre. Sahil, I'm facing some drawdown. Might not even get the M3. I might need to sell the M340 and the M235. I see the MP200s on special now. Alright guys, we rejected that area as mentioned. This is my cutoff line. The trade idea was the break of the structure below the daily pivot. Also this round number right here. If we come back now with this candle, this bearish candle, and we can't break below 149 and even break below the daily pivot, then I will close this out for a 2.34 pip loss. But that is how I'm managing the trade. I mentioned to you guys, I want to see what we do at this area, and I can't cut the trade short while we are still creating bearish market structure. So from these highs right there we broke structure lower, then from there we broke structure lower there, and then from there we broke structure lower here. So market definitely stepping down, and this was the last lower high. And
just on a question there, you talk about that when, like, I know for example, like you use your 80,
yeah,
you only use the 80 on the 5 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the thing for me, like the minute you go to any of the other time frames, your 80 is all bullish.
Yeah, so this is a question I Neil as well. Neil in the chat, somebody that I've worked with closely now. Neil also, he used to trade the 15-minute one, and then he would say, but it's bullish for him and he'll be looking for buys. And I told him no, but to keep things consistent, I always only use the 5 minutes. So that's where I've done my back testing. I see more price action on it, and I've got the ability to enter a lot closer to the level that I want to enter. So so you have to choose if you're gonna go with, say for instance, the 15 or the hour. Then you always need to do that, because a lot of times, for instance, where this can show bearish for me, and it could be showing bullish on the 15-minute, and I could be the one getting faked out with it trading below the 200.
Okay, no, that's cool. No, I just wanted to ask about it because I see they do differ. But obviously, like you say, I think with this, like, I mean, we've spoken about it before, but the fact that that is your strategy, you trade with the 5 minute and the 5 minute 80, you've done your back testing, then like you stick to that.
So your first trade for the day, yes, pound yen. I'm looking at US30 longs. If we can get a break above this level here, this is the daily pivot. That's the level that I'm monitoring. And then pound USD, I was looking for longs above the break here. So obviously already in a trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see if we can break above the Asia highs, and then I'm gonna try and get a retest buy. So I'm not gonna get into this first move right here. And then pound yen, I'm also looking to long above the Asia highs. So DXY, as mentioned, if we can break Asia lows, I do feel we can get a pullback. And I think once we reject Asia lows, that is when you're going to see a nice big pop on the indices. Also, Sayil, if you missed it, oh, there we're dying. So no trade there. The reason why I was potentially bullish on the indices is due to the fact that if you look at the Hang Seng overnight, the Hong Kong or the Hang Seng index, we closed positive by almost 0.6%. So that positive order flow could potentially come through into the US indices as well. So if you missed the analysis this morning, go to the start where I said I'm looking bullish due to the fact that we did get some positive flows overnight from Asia, and that is why we also called German 30 higher as well. But let's see, guys. UJ closing below that level. Let's see if we can get this lower. Again, rejecting that 49. Any 5-minute closure, this thing can maybe even bust through, and we're gonna take a full stop loss. But any closure now above like that, then we have now shifted momentum back to the upside. So 5-minute closure like this, I'm just letting you know, not taking a full stop on this, but I am still willing to hold. I will monitor this trade. I will let you guys know exactly what I'm doing. Pound USD, there's that break above that I mentioned. If you wanted to buy it, that's your level. I'm going to wait for the retest. Pound yen as well, now back at session highs. And then US30, I'm still keen for the buys. I love how we rejected this area, creating some nice structure for us to trade off. And if we can get back above that level, accumulation distribution starting to show some bullish momentum, we are going to need to see some type of pullback. We've been selling all the way from Monday through to Tuesday. Let's see, maybe we don't get it now, maybe we get it during during NYSE, but that is what I am monitoring. Geeks, to be honest, the 5-minute works better in my opinion. 39 people watching the live. Let's all like the live, guys, and get this out to more traders. Thank you so much, Sayil, for the support. Also be sure to check out Sayil. I will actually share his stuff. Sayil, how do the guys get involved with your trading group? Sayil trades every day NYSE. I think he only charges $150. Not that he needs the money. I think it's more just a barrier of entry, so you don't get a lot of fools in the group. But Sayil also has got a very constructive group that it's got going. So Sayil, did I contact you on Instagram? How can the guys get hold of you? Let me pop his Instagram here as well. You still get the fools. Unfortunately, that is life. You will still get the guys that's fucking around, and then they ask why they're still where they are, and they sit for hours on Instagram watching the moves other guys make instead of focusing on themselves. So Sayil, let me just find that IG handle for Sayil. Alright guys, yes, Sayil, give him a follow. Gangadin Sayil, signals.
Oh damn, is this the guy with the BM?
Yeah.
Oh, that car's clean, bro. Flip a nice car.
He hasn't posted photos of the M2 yet. I don't know why he's shy. He said it's lacking a bit of power, the M2. He's actually asking me, he wants to trade, do a straight swap for my M340. So we can talk about it. Key straight swap M340 for the M2.
Yo, I wouldn't even hesitate.
Man wants to feel some real power in the M340. No, but give him a follow, guys. $150. Honestly, you can't even go to the movies with $150. So be sure to give Sahil a follow. And the beautiful thing is he's been giving a shout out to our streams. I didn't even ask him. And that's what I was talking about yesterday and the day before. It's support other businesses, especially your friend. If your friend is in business or you know somebody that's in business, support their business. It costs you nothing to give them a shout out. What I did there cost me nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Quick
So
question.
Yo.
Yeah, Chris, for you or for Sahil, if you don't know, for that it's the M3, eh?
No, it's
Is
got
that a painted green?
Oh, the
Is that
M3.
a wrap? Yeah.
No, I think Sahil ordered that green, eh? That was individual.
Is that like a special edition?
No, it's an individual color. So when you order, you can select. Sahil, correct me if I'm wrong, but the M3, this is just the individual color you order.
Okay, but no, it's a flippin' nice color.
Yeah, BMW, only one in G18 urban green in Africa.
Okay, cool. No, that's madness though. Oh, super nice.
I like that CS conversion in that with the yellow lights, the CS rims. Fuck me. Sahil, where are you based? I don't know what you guys have in the water there for driving cars like that. Gee, my word. Us peasants, we still driving. How's your trading? How's your trade going? It's going like a Boeing. It's called Johannesburg. The trade is going shit, guys. Literally just messing around this round level here. 149. We need to get below that. Multiple rejections off that level. So this 5 minute most probably the candle that I will either close it for what is it? I think it was going to be a 5 pip loss. But I'll give it a shot again if we can get back below the daily pivot. But it's currently messing around there. US30 starting to make its way back up, consolidating here. So any breakout above, I'll be looking for bars. I will let you guys know. I just want to set some alerts for us. 33,753. That is the level. Session highs. You guys know I like to buy high and I like to sell low. So session highs, that's what I'm monitoring. Pound yen, nice break above the Asia highs. I'll also be monitoring for some type of structure break to the upside if I'm going to kill the UJ trade. But let's see, maybe it still plays out. I don't know. It's still holding below that level, so I'm going to give it a shot. Got that breakout on AU, taking longs from here. Hardest taking a break on AU. Hardest, just be careful. We need DXY to trade below the Asia lows. So while it's ranging here, just be very careful. AUD USD. Let's see what Hardest is taking here. Don't worry, I am monitoring UJ here on the side of my screen. Alright, so he's talking about that breakout there. Yeah, just monitor your Asia lows. Hardest still pushing bullish here. You could get a retest of this level. Just make sure we hold within that zone. I think it's only, what is it, from here, 3-4 pips. So just be careful and monitor DXY. That is the most important thing for the session. is your DXY. So we've broken the weekly high during pre-market. We are trading lower. Only thing I don't like, we are stepping lower. This is all overlapping price action, so it is not showing anything concrete to the downside. We've now tested the 200 EMA twice. We do need to see this coming back lower if we're going to look for buys on US30 and the rest. UJ, let me see whether we're going to kill this trade. 50 seconds. Again, as mentioned, break of structure above here and I will be out. Let's see, 40 seconds left. And I will look for re-entries once we break below the pivot again. But this area right here needs to hold for the bears. So if not, we are in cuck and we will most probably eat some stop losses this morning. Gold dropping to that daily low target. I'll check now, Zaki. If you guys get some time, there was a nice interview with Q Banks and Lambo Roll. Very nodule session. Guys in the chat starting to get into Forex and need some insights. I will post that in the Discord community, so he'll share it on his group as well. I'll share that in the Discord community. Guys, we rejected it. I cannot close the trade here. I needed to close above there for me to take the knock on this. It has tested the 149 level multiple times, but again, so what is the correlation of the dollar index and your pairs for like US30? Why do we want the dollar index to go bearish? We want to buy US30. So dollar index is still a risk averse currency. So in terms of the dollar is a safe haven, and if there is any turmoil in the market, guys run to the dollar, they run to gold, and they run to yen. As I've mentioned on the stream as well, the correlations aren't 100% all the time, but currently the stronger dollar is breaking down indices due to the demand. So guys are fleeing out of the stock market into the dollar. So supply and demand, if there's an increase in demand for the dollar because guys are getting out of the stock market, what happens to the price of the dollar? For the guys that have done economics, increase in demand basically shows that there's an increase going to be in price. So what happens, this is your supply curve, this is your demand curve. So once you increase the demand, what happens to your price equilibrium? Your price increases. So for those guys that have not done economics, this right here is your price axis, this right here is your Q axis, which is the quantity, so P over Q. Let me give you guys a quick 101 on economics. That is your price curve, that is your Q curve. Q stands for quantity. This right here is your demand curve. Let's make that red. And this right here is your supply curve. So what happens if the demand increases? Price is going to go up. So that is what's happening as guys get out of the stock market. They need dollars, obviously, and there's a demand for the dollar. Hope that helped. Very quick economics 101. Go check supply and demand curves. I've told you guys a lot of times. I'll drop it in the chat as well. What is the guy's name? The econ guy. But yeah, if you wanna, others, I think you should be doing it, studying charting, chartered accounting, or whatever it is you SWAT studying. I think you should have it in your econ 1 and 2. USD JPY will move further down to Asia lows. Not too many buys up here. King Jaffa, I don't know, dude. Currently there is buyers stepping in right here, and
I think just to add to that is because like I trade key levels, if you go over to your daily and your weekly, we have cleared massive key areas. So when you think of it like a roadblock, there's nothing ahead of UJ right now. So UJ has all the room to climb right now.
I'm gonna give it till 11 if I'm not stopped out. This thing needs to move. Like I mentioned, we've had multiple tests. If you look on the 5 minute, 1, 2, 3, 4 tests on this 149 level. So unless it starts to break above here like it's trying to do now, this is going to become a weak level. Any 5 minute closures, 20 seconds, there we go. Are we going to get that closure above 15 seconds? Let's see. Go for it, UJ. Do it. There it goes. 8 seconds. Gonna wait for it to close. Once it closes bullish above that level, I'm out. If not, oh, it's coming back. Can't do it, guys. UJ just
he's playing games with you.
You're doing a great job. Just started following you. All about African content. Appreciate it, brother. I'm also all about that African content. Yeah, guys, I can't honestly. Like I told you my plan from the start. Radio Shack asked me how do I manage my risk. So that is obviously my stop loss right there if something weird happens. But if we can't close above this level right here, the trade is still technically valid. So I cannot close the trade. That is my plan. Like I have to give it some room. It's only down 5 pips. What is it? 4.6. So unless it really shoots up and it brushes my teeth for me this morning, I can still manage my risk. But while we are testing that level, I'm still in the trade. Keegan, are you guys still in?
Yeah, still in. It's just hovering around that 1% area. So still in, running risk free.
Keegan, that didn't even warn me. I could have been in buys and now I'm selling, but anyway. I'm getting PTSD from your trade from yesterday. Why? Oh, that pound yen that also messed around. Fuck me. I hate it when the market is this slow. Like I've mentioned, it's easy to trade when the markets are moving, but when the markets... Okay, there it goes. Let's see. 3 minutes. Just close above. Let us get out of this trade. Put us out of the misery. US30 as well, struggling at the daily pivot. UJ, we just need Suzuki Nakamoto now to just post something on Twitter about them monitoring the FX markets, and then you'll see this thing drop down 50 pips. Can we get some Bank of Japan intervention going here? Gold weekly S2 level, nice little bounce off that level. GBP USD, alright, we're getting that retest. Asia highs, let's see. Sahil knows how I like my Asian highs and lows. As soon as we close, that thing shot up. I know that is Murphy's law. Sahil, I kid you not, I shared it in the chat. I think it was last week or the week before it, Keegan, before we had that massive push up on US30. I still sent you the screenshot. I had to take my daughter to swimming lessons. I think it was a Wednesday. When was it? I want to show you. Yeah, it was a Wednesday or Thursday the afternoon. Yeah, it was Tuesday. I took the trade right here. It was 25. Yeah, the weekly pivot was here. I took the trade right there. This was 2 weeks ago. I shared it in the chat. 40 pip stop. And as I'm walking in to take my daughter to the swimming class, we get this bearish, not this bullish, weak bullish candle closure, and I'm looking on my phone and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not even at my chart. I'm gonna sit now and watch her swim. And on that candle I closed. The next one, that thing absolutely skyrocketed. I think all the way up to S3 somewhere here. But that is part of it. UJ, okay, UJ doing its move now, guys. Let's see. Can we now officially close above and close this trade out? 13 seconds, 10 seconds. There she goes. There's the retest. Now there's a valid shift in structure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm out of this trade. 0.3% down on this trade. I closed it right there. 5.6 pips. Now you can see how I managed risk. The trade was still valid while we were trading below that level. Now obviously if you go onto a line chart, you will see that there's now a shift in structure. Let me just show you guys. Let me just put this on here. Minus 5.7 pips. Let me just show you guys quickly here. So as you can see from the line chart, we were making lower lows, lower highs. From these highs right here, we broke structure lower, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then from here now we're starting to shift back up. I'm not completely sold on the buys as of yet. I'm just letting you guys know, if we get back below the daily pivot again, one of my rule sets that I share in the Discord as well is, if I get stopped out on the first pivot trade, I look again for it. So Asia is still up here. I'm gonna set my alerts at the daily pivot. 148.96. Minus 5.7 pips on the sell.
Yeah, King, just to answer your question, is a trading floor I'm on, purely because Chris decided that he was taking my office. So we had to have like a little switcheroo there.
Moral of the story, don't be a good dad. Thank you, Chris. Need extra classes from you for econ. My lecturer not doing his job. When I did my MBA, I actually had a phenomenal economics lecturer. Works for quite a big bank as an economist. So from Joburg, he flew in for our study blocks. So coming from engineering, going into econ, I enjoyed it. Alright, USD JPY, a Radio Shack, that's a perfect example of managing risk. So not running on opium. Took the loss there, 5.6 pips. 5.6. so not taking a full 20 pip stop because the market structure has shifted. There was bearish order flow, and then from there it flipped. So that is a perfect example of how I manage my trades. No need to still sit in the trade if it is showing you something else. There's obviously clearly buyers coming in at that level, and I only trade horizontal levels, and if I'm trading a level and we can't stay below it or we can't break through it, then obviously you need to manage your risk. But I give it sufficient time to make its move. But again, buyers stepping in there, 149 round number, accumulation distribution now starting to flip back above, but I'm not buying at these highs, to be very honest with you guys. Targeting highs for UJ, I would say if UJ Asia highs, this is your first roadblock. If you can get above Asia highs and you can hold Asia highs, then you'll go to 149.50. First target, then your weekly R2. After that you've got 149.50 up next. So I would say monitor this Asia high level. You want to see it get through here because we've already broken out of it, failed to hold it. So two tests on the Asia high, so you don't want to see another rejection here, because very likely then if we reject again, we will be targeting these lows right here. So just keep that in mind. Asia highs, that's your level to monitor if you are in the longs with Keegan. Pound yen, rejecting Asia highs, nothing there for me. US30 as well, alert set. Nasdaq also fluffing around here at the daily pivot level. Yeah, as mentioned, there you can see 200 EMA on DXY holding. If you were gonna see some bearish momentum coming in, you would have wanted to see this break Asia lows. GBP USD again rejecting there. DXY very tricky at this stage due to the fact that we've broken the weekly highs. We've traded lower from there. Very tricky range that we are in. This is an extended level, so one of two things gonna happen either later today. We're gonna blast through these Asia highs and we're gonna make our way for that weekly R2, or we're gonna mess around here, try and induce some buyers, and then they're gonna flip the switch on it. But for me, it is a very tricky range that we are in. Right, UJ buyers, this is your level that you need to watch. You need to get through that Asia highs. If you can't get through the Asia highs, most likely Asia lows your target. The stream has actually flown by. In all essence, if you look at it, nothing has happened from 8 o'clock this morning. Pound yen range. This is your mid-level of the range. So in almost 3 hours time, we have not gone anywhere Keeks is in a UJ buy sale. He faded me. He took longs here when I took shorts. So he's in UJ buys. He said he shared it. I hope he shared it with you guys. But UJ not doing anything technically. Pound USD as well, back to the open level. We open up there. So still in this range. Nothing has happened. Some guys were in sells from here, stopped out at break even. Some guys were in buys from here, stopped out at break even. So we have not gone anywhere. Gold has also not moved.
Yeah, just also I see now I got notified was if anyone on that EU trade actually took it earlier, like when I was waiting for a limit, if they just manually entered, that is full TP hit now on that as well.
Euro USD moving a bit, but other than that, German 30, little fake out here above the daily pivot. I'm still looking long on indices. I will be monitoring this pivot level with keen eyes. Also, half round number 33,750. Any breaks above there, I'm a buyer. Again, we are bearish on the day, we are bearish on the week. But as mentioned, if you go to a daily time frame, we have yet to come and retest this area. Also on the daily time frame, here is your 200 EMA right there. Again, if you go back in history, you'll see that every time we closed below it, your next day at least came back to test it. So that's why I'm saying I want to see a retest of that level. Even here, breaks below the 200, price came back to retest it before going lower. So that's what I'm putting in the back of my mind in terms of probabilities, where any breaks below, even here you can see a nice structure break below it. Structure break the next day, came back to test that 200. So that is the idea I'm going with. Even though I'm bearish, I want to see a retest of that level. And that is why I am leaning towards buys. I'm more than happy to get clapped, but I'm also willing to push my chips into the middle of the table. Alright guys, UJ currently at Asia highs, first rejection there. Let's see if you guys can get into this in terms of breaking above there. You're gonna need to see something like that. So don't close it out if you get a rejection. That's actually better if you find some rejection there and then the next candle comes to break structure to the upside. So guys, I'm gonna let the stream run a little bit over time because we haven't moved yet. I still just want to see where we are at the next 15 minutes. Otherwise, I will alert you guys off stream. I just want to make a call quickly.
Yeah, so just answering that question there, how how do I choose which trades are for funded accounts and which ones are for self-funded accounts? At the moment, so like I said, I am funded, so majority, like every trade I take, I will actually take on my funded account. But then the more self-funded, because what I'm doing is just that long-term investment. I put in a little bit of capital, nothing crazy, nothing too small, and then it's more like my triple A grade setup. So like those setups where you look at it and that's your bread and butter, that's the basics for you. Those are the trades I will take on my self-funded accounts. And again, I'm not risking a lot. Basically, I would risk like 0.5%, things like that, just to grow it slowly over time. So yeah, basically I won't take anything that's my risky trades. So yeah, it's just how I look at it. End of the day, I always say to people, you should back all of your trades. So in the end of the day, if you're worried about a trade, if you're not doing something properly, it's because you don't back it. Where, like I say, so all my trades I will take on funded, but then I'm just take a more select few on my self-funded accounts.
Okay, nothing has happened. What has happened here?
Okay guys, but yeah, with UJ, if we can get a nice little push away now from this Asia highs, we'll basically add full TP for me. So just need that little bit of volume to come in, that nice quick burst away from the Asia highs, and that is it.
Alright guys, DXY Asia highs, that is your level to monitor if you're gonna still be on the charts a little bit later. Asia highs, that's the level that I'll be monitoring as well. US30, I've got my alerts set there. I'm not keen for any sells as of yet. If the accumulation distribution can stay bullish, and even if we pull back to Asia highs, only thing is then the moving averages will be trading below that. So weekly S1 potential buys off that level, currently trading 0.2% up on the day. Otherwise, daily pivot level, I'm just letting you guys know now already, this is going to be my battle zone of where I want to either look for buys or sells depending on the accumulation distribution. Currently trying to push bullish, so it's showing me there is some buyers stepping into the market. Same with Nasdaq, even though it's tiny, starting to move up. So if we can get something like this a little bit later for NYSE, where this is starting to turn up and your AD is continuously pushing up, I'll still be looking for buys. Just letting you know. So this is already at the daily pivot. It is starting to butter this level, and maybe even if you've got some coconuts on you, any break of structure above either this level right here, I would say that level there, or even above here, then you can look for longs. But still bearish order flow, nothing showing me buyers coming in yet at this level. We broke through it, retested it now multiple times, so unless we can get back above it, no buys. UJ now starting to trade above the Asia highs, so nice if you got it in here with Keeks. And if you want to extend that trade, monitor the retest Asia highs and then your session highs. Remember again, these session high levels, daily high levels, this is where volume comes into the market to either push it through or to reject it. So if you are in buys, once you get to this level, only two things are going to happen. You're either going to reject or it is going to fly. I'm still leaning towards shorts a little bit later if we can get back below the daily pivot. We had one test there. The next test, I think we are going to flush it if we get there. Otherwise, this thing is going 149.20 weekly R2, and after that 149.50. So that is the other upside targets. Not going to try and buy it here off the Asia highs due to the fact that we had this little push up. What was this? 6 pips, 8 pips, failed to hold it. Now we're getting there again. I don't like it. When I like to buy an Asia high retest, I want to see it move away from the Asia highs, then hold the Asia highs, and then I look for buys. This for me is not a buy opportunity from the Asia highs. Pound yen, I'm still looking for buys on this. As you can see, 80 continuously making higher highs. So how do I buy this? We have tested the round number, as I've mentioned. We've held it. Breaks of structure above here, session highs, that's where we can see volume coming in. So any break of structure above there, actually going to set alerts 181.22. I will be buying that session highs. So make your notes now, so that if we post the trade afterwards, it's not like, why didn't you share it? Ultimately, the Discord is not a signals channel, but I do share the setups there. Gold, weekly S2, nothing here for me. I mentioned the retest of Asia lows. That's the level you can get short, but if you want to short here, all best of luck. Pound USD, first try to get above Asia highs failed. Maybe we get another try. I'm also looking for some type of pullback unless we start flipping bearish on the accumulation distribution. USDs are nothing there for me. I wanted to buy it off the Asia lows, but again, accumulation distribution below the 200. Euro USD as well, we've got some divergence going on here, so just careful if you are selling this. Look at that divergence that we've got going on. So while it's creating lows, definite divergence, one of these are going to catch up. Just be very careful selling at the weekly lows. Can get a lot of selling going on there, but for me, higher probability try and catch the pullback. And DXY, Asia highs and Asia lows, while it's in here, I almost want to say this is a no trade range for me. What about JPY? What about it? JPY, I mentioned breaks of structure above here. I'm looking for buys. We've held the round number right here, 181. Breaks above the Asia highs, even potential retest. Let's say we start buttering this level here. We get another rejection. The more times we spike it, the weaker it gets. And even if we do something like this, let me just show you. Even if we do something maybe like this, I will consider buys on it. Otherwise, no sells for me. My criteria is not met for sells. Chris, could I ask for a day where you explain your indicator at the bottom and to maybe share your settings for it and how you use it as your confluence? Yeah, we can definitely do that. I'm actually doing a video on it today for the Discord, so be sure to join the Discord in the description of this video. I will be posting that in the educational section, so you'll So what I'm referring to is here's the Discord channel, 2G's Trading, education section. I've got my trade plan right there. I've got the entry criteria right here set out to you guys, a little bit of the psychology, and going to do some video content on the strategy as well and the indicators. And but we can also do a day. I'm from India. Thank you for the info. Hungry Bull. We've got the market bull, we've got the young bull, and we've got the hungry bull. Indian, I love Indians. The only thing I hate about Indians is how good their hair looks and how smooth it is. I don't know why Asian guys, Indian guys have the smoothest hair. I don't know how they do it. It's a genetic thing. It's absolutely beautiful to see. Keegs, have you seen it? Especially
whenever you go look at like these hair models,
dude, why, like how, bro? Like that hair, the density in it is like, it's like dense and it's smooth. It's insane, bro. And even Japanese guys as well, bro. The hair on Indian people and Japanese people is something to envy. Absolutely majestic.
And then we stuck here with this curly shit.
Bro, I've got like, what did I call that stuff you clean the pots with? That, what did I call that shit? That brass wool or whatever they call it. I'm stuck with that, bro. And then you've got the Indian brothers with their hair smooth as silk. We have good hair, but if you're a short Indian, you're lacking in other areas. Sahil, no man. Steel wool, Paco, that is what I've got, bro. And Mo thought I was lying. I've got a very flat head here at the back. So my mom laid me down quite a lot when I was a baby, and she actually deformed my head. You can actually put a projector up to the back of my head. That's how flat it is. I actually don't know how I got a wife, but it must be my personality and the brains. But bro, my head is as flat as a table. I actually asked my mom and I told her, like, Mom, why did you lay me down so much? She's like, son, I was working double shifts, and for the most part I was on my nanny's back as well, and most probably she also laid me down on a very hard pillow. I didn't even think we had pillows back then, we were so poor. Guys, when I tell you I come from a poor background, you guys think I'm joking. It was tough, bro. I don't come from money. And you don't get a flat head like this sitting up straight as a baby. You get a flat head like this lying on the back of your back of your head. Blessings and hard work. Correct, my friend. So that is why if you are hungry for success, you will never rest. There's something just inside of you where others want the easy road out, you are putting in the hard graft. So trust me when I tell you that. From when I first started working, the grind never stopped. It's just something in you. I don't think they can teach it. Either you want it or you don't. And for a lot of you, and not for you, you guys are here putting in the work, but for a lot of guys, they want the success without the hard work, without the suffer, without the rejection. They want it easy. When I finished studying as an engineer, that was post 2008, biggest financial crisis globally. I couldn't even get work. I asked the one guy, I went in and I said, dude, I'll even work for free. I just want to get some experience, because all of the companies want guys that have experience. And he's like, dude, I can't let you work for free. Let me at least pay your petrol to work. And I said, that's fine. I was still living with my parents at that stage. And believe me when I said I hustled after the first month, the guy actually felt ashamed that he was only paying for my petrol. And nonetheless, that was my first and only job that I worked for somebody. But it just shows you, if you want to work, if you want to make a difference. I was one of the first guys in the office, one of the last guys out. Some of the older guys started saying, Chris, what are you doing? You're making us look bad. Go home. Don't come in so early. Within 6 to 12 months, I was already doing work that was only done by senior engineers. So that is life, guys. If you want to advance yourself, be useful, be irreplaceable, so that when you leave or when you're not there, people can feel that you are not in the office because you make a difference. If you're that guy, if you're not at work and nobody even knows you're not at work, then obviously you're a cuck employee and you're obviously not making a difference in your workplace. But that is the grind, guys. Eating hot dogs.
Guys, just to add, I can literally testify to that. Because how many times I've gone to this office, I promise you, I can try my best. We literally were laughing about it the other day. I will come extra early and Chris will be here. Like, it's some, I don't know what he does, it's some black magic that he knows that day. He goes, Keegan's gonna leave early. He'll leave extra early. He's always in this office before I get here.
I can tell you stories where me and my wife, when we just got married, I still laugh about it till this day. So Chris needs to wake us all up when he wakes up. So I love to tell the story. When we just got married, my wife bought these chickens. I don't know where she bought it, but it's like injected with I don't know how much shit, but it was cheap. And that chicken is like this big, and once you put it in the oven, bro, it like shrinks almost like 10 times its size. And mince-made chicken, and then 2 times during the week, just like your standard hot dogs. So my surname is Dix. The guys at the office gave me the nickname Hot Dog Dix because we ate a lot of hot dogs because it was cheap. Your red Viennas, your buns, you can get a meal at that time for like $30. And mincemeat. And I will never forget this. My wife phones me the one day. She's in Woolworths. She heard they've got a special on meat. And she's like, listen here, it's like 80 Rand a kilo steak. I'm like, get all of it. She's like, there's only 2 packs left. Come back home, she makes stir fry for us, and I'm chewing on the meat, and it is most probably as tough as Skalkburger and Bakkies Boter in their prime. Most probably the toughest meat I've tried to eat in my life. And I actually phoned my mom and I say, yes, I'm so disgusted in Woolworths. Always talk about the quality, but the steak is as tough as Corne Krieger in his prime. And she's like, but what's on the pack? And I said brisket, and my mom starts laughing and she's like, bro, brisket is like meat that you have to like cook in water. It's like a kookvleis. And my wife stir fried that shit, and most probably the toughest thing I had to face as a young man, eating brisket stir fried.
Chat, can we please get some peaches in the chat? I'm so close to TB. Let's just bring the volume in. Like, we are centimeters away at this point.
Alright, nice retest. 2 minutes for the scandal to close. Most probably I will kill the stream at 11:30, but I will let you guys know. Let's get some volume there for Keegan, UJ. Dude, this market has not gone anywhere, bro. This is literally... We have not gone anywhere.
You know, I literally feel like you did with UJ earlier. Like, this thing is just playing with me. Like, it goes up and then it wicks down. Then it comes right back up and it sits there and then it wicks down. Like, just get that final little push. Just give it to me already.
Just Sahil, thanks for joining, man. Again, check Sahil out. I'll share his stuff. I'll share it. Maybe we get Sahil on as a guest as well. But he first needs to give me a drive in his M2. I don't want to drive it. I just want to drive with you, Sahil. Maybe I'll make a trip down to Josie. Only way I'll make a trip down is if I get some free stuff. I want a free meal. No, I'm kidding, guys. Support businesses. Don't want shit for free. Support people. Pay it forward. And people will... Lol now is being the Indian. Driving a tough... Indians drive a tough deal, to be honest. Try bartering with the Indian. You'll lose that battle 9 times out of 10. If you want to barter with an Indian businessman.
There we go, chat. We are nearly there. We are like sniffing TP. Come on. Come on. Just give it to us. Just tap it.
Have we got
Just
excited
tap
about
it.
12 pips, geeks? Is this the market we in? 12 pips.
Hey, I only risked 4 pips. So
No,
I'm
no, I
only like
mean...
3. There, TP. Haha.
No, I mean like in terms of volatility.
Hey, you gotta work with what they give us, yeah. There we go, chat. That is TP, 3% in the bag.
Well done, guys. I actually think if you can break session highs, this thing's going to run. Monitor the session highs. Perfect test of Asia. Nice little break of structure there as well. Pound yen, what's pound yen doing? Pound yen's doing nothing. Pound USD breaking lower. DXY at the Asia high is now trading above it. Little gap up even. So monitor that. US30, nothing as well. Justin Vessels in the office as well. J Vessels coming without coffee. I don't think this man has ever brought us coffee. Justin, when are we gonna get coffee? Ask Justin there. This man comes every single time. No coffee. Nothing. He drives past Seattle on his way here. Alright, Chad. Well done, Keegan and the boys. Monitor Asia session highs. Act nuggets. Alright. US30, I'll update you guys later in the Discord. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I appreciate all of you tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Prop firm launching on the 1st of October. Be sure to check that out. Some nice opening specials. Who's going to be our first funded trader? We'll most probably do something special. We'll most probably do something special for the first, not the first funded trader, but the first payout. We will do something special. Let me not make promises. I wanted to say we'll fly out to Dubai for a week, but where can we look it up? Ruben, once it is live, I will share everything on my stories. It is technically already live, you just don't know where to look, but once it is fully live, I will let you guys know. Guys, appreciate it. Much love. Keegan, thank you so much. Well done on your trade.
Peace and love, guys.
Got the feeling it's going to be me. Back yourself. Ruben, thank you so much, guys. See you all tomorrow. Trade safe. See you guys in the Discord. Link in the bio. Follow us on Instagram. Much love. Cheers, guys.